new listeners probably don't know how much of a super fan you are.
I am.
Of Ray J.
I am. Ray J the GOAT. Sexy can I?
He's the only person in life that I have known.
It don't matter.
To stay in a Ray J.
It don't matter. Like you don't know no
you
real
a Ray
ones.
J stan.
It's all right. I will be
crazy.
that. I will be a Ray J stan.
That's crazy.
What's wrong with that though? Tell me something.
But he did have like the Ray J era. Yeah. Okay, what's another one?
One Wish.
Okay, One Wish. Sexy Can I? Which is that his song? Sexy
yes.
Can I?
Yes.
Okay.
What's that song with him and Lil' Kim? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Him and Lil' Kim. Oh man, why am I drawing a blank?
Because you just named the two songs.
Say that I love you. That's
I don't
another
like
one.
that song.
You a hater.
I don't like that song.
He named his daughter after that song, so I know y'all like, hurry up and get to it. I gotta find out. She's trying to front on my guy. Sexy Can I One Wish? I hit it first. Come on, man.
That's not a good song.
Hey, wait a minute. I'm gonna play it right now. Wait a minute. I ain't got my stuff plugged up, so y'all just gotta listen right here. Come on, bro. Come on, man. What you talking about? If you play this right now, it's gonna ring off in the club.
It's gonna ring off.
Somebody's
in
on the way.
In a 2000s party.
Nah, it don't matter.
In the mix with B2K.
Right now. Somebody right now is on the way to a brunch hookah spot, getting ready to hear that. Wait a minute.
Nobody's listening to that.
Shit.
Nobody's listening to Wait a Minute.
Taking it back. Welcome back, everybody. This is She and I. I am your host, Beloved. And like always, I have my very special host with me,
India Marie.
Ooh, India Marie and Beloved, the husband and the wife duo. You didn't know you need, but you got us and we are here to stay. This is the best. This is the best thing that happened on a Tuesday. Well, damn it, since Monday. Give it up for yourself one time. Ooh, it feels so good to be back. And if you're watching this on YouTube right now, give yourself a round of applause. Thank you.
It has been. I didn't even realize it has been 2 weeks.
Yeah, we didn't record last week, and you said it. I think she jinxed us.
I knew that because Barry be giving y'all false hope. I knew we were not gonna have time to record that podcast. I'm gonna tell you this: we went to Disney for Blake's 4th birthday, and I felt like I needed a vacation from that vacation. Disney is an exhausting trip.
So yeah, we did, and I think we had a ball, man. I was gonna get into that. So yeah, tell them about it. Jump into it. Where you want to start?
So we're going back 2 weeks at this point. So
we didn't do nothing last week. We just kind of hung out. But 2 weeks ago, we did a whole lot.
Last Monday, Blake turned 4.
Give it up, man.
So we did a surprise trip.
I might tell him to come up here at the end of the episode.
And so it was super cute. Blake I don't remember what we talked about the last time. I don't know if we actually went into this, but Blake didn't know that he was going to Disney.
Yeah.
And so the day before, we was like, well, we're going on a trip. So we got to pack your clothes. We went through that. And then I think like that night, we was like, well, we're going on an airplane. And he was so excited about the plane that he didn't even ask where he was going. But we do know that he does not like road trips. He does not like being in a car for long periods of time. So he was really excited about the plane. But again, he never asked where we were going. So he was like, fine, whatever. I don't know what. I remember Barry asking me, they got a flight at 6 o'clock. You good with 6 a.m.?
And I'm perfect with 6 a.m.
And I said yes, and I absolutely should have said no. I was exhausted because
I love early flights.
But had we gotten to the destination sooner, then I don't think I would have had a problem with it. But
how much sooner did you want to arrive?
Barry, did you not know? So the flight on the way back was only 2 hours. It took us 4 hours to get there. And that is because they had to make a pit stop. I didn't know that. I didn't look at the flights when Barry booked them. So we flew into another part of Florida, had to make a pit stop there. We let people off the plane, waited for others to load onto the plane. And we couldn't even like get off the plane to go pee, to get food or nothing. We had to sit on the plane. Waited for everybody to come back on. That was like a whole hour process, felt like. Then we had to fly
30 minutes.
30 minutes to that. But the whole thing total, it took us 4 hours to get there. So
she complained about a 4-hour flight, an extra 2 hours. That saved
I'm not
us.
complaining.
That saved us about $250.
That's not what I'm complaining about.
Okay,
I'm not complaining about the 4-hour flight. I'm complaining about the 6 a.m. flight. Okay? It's first of all,
complain.
When Barrett goes out of town, he packs the bare minimum. He doesn't think about what ifs or nothing. He just put clothes and toiletries in the bag, and that's it.
And it's time to go, baby. It's go time. Maximization.
Me the night before, I'm like, okay, what if this happens? Let me get all of the medications. Let me get all of the snacks, which thank God I did because our flight was at 6 a.m. Now, I'm going to pause this because I packed all those snacks. For one, we're hotel snackers. Like, we just like to eat snacks in the hotel room. So I had snacks in the suitcase. But I packed all those snacks in my carry-on bag with the thought that Nashville wasn't going to have anything open. Because when we used to fly back in the day, early in the morning, you would have a 6 a.m. flight and the airport wouldn't have shit open, but like maybe Starbucks. And I don't even drink coffee. So
I smash coffee, by the way.
The airport in Nashville has made some major upgrades. So they had they got urban juicer in there. So you could get you a little acai bowl, a little juice smoothie, whatever you needed.
So we started out spending $100 right out the back. We at 6 a.m. 6 a.m.
Barista,
and we already in the airport spending about $100.
Barista parlor is in there. You get your little breakfast sandwich, coffee from there.
Help me.
You ain't limited to Starbucks no more. So had I known that we were going to have all those options early in the morning, I just would have got some in the airport. But, whatever. We get on the flight, we fly, and I tell the flight attendant that it's Blake's birthday. I was like, can you make a little announcement? Just happy birthday, Blake. A young lady that did one of my events, Tiffany, she told me to do this because she's been taking Pilates classes.
Shout out to Tiffany.
She said that she took her girls to Disney and her mom called the airline and asked could they do it. So I called the airline, asked could they do it, and she was like, you have to tell either the gate agent or the flight attendant. She was like, but I promise you they'll be able to do it. So I was like, fine. So I waited till we got on the plane. Waited till we had that little layover or whatever. Went, told them, I was like, oh my gosh, we got you covered.
They hooked my boy up.
So I was like, I had written it on a sheet of paper. I wrote this little note before we even left the house. I wrote it the night before. And it said, happy birthday, Blake. You're going to Disney World. So all I had to do was take it out of my pocket, slide it to the flight attendant. She was like, we got you. So he was able to go and talk to the pilot. He loved that. He was very, I think it was just like overload. He's like, what is all this stuff?
He didn't know what was going on.
Yeah, so he got a picture.
He knew he was happy.
He got a picture with the pilot. He got his wings. And then we get on this little short 30-minute flight from wherever in Florida to Orlando. And he goes to sleep.
My boy took a siesta.
I was like, no. So then I was like, well, you don't have to make the announcement anymore because he has taken his ass to sleep.
And I said, damn that. We're going to wake him up and you're going to make this announcement.
Yeah, so they told us, they made the announcement that they were getting ready, how they're like, we got about 19 minutes till, we're landing or whatever. So they did that announcement, so I tried to start waking him up, and he got up, but Blake likes to wake up naturally. Blake does not like to be woken up. So I'm waking him up, and he's just kind of looking at me like, no, I'm not ready. I want more sleep. And so I'm like, just please sit up. So, of course, they make the announcement. He's still half asleep, and he's hearing them. He's like, we have a special birthday on the flight today. Happy 4th birthday, Blake. And he's just sitting there, shaking his head, yeah, this was up.
Me. Hey, at this point, you're probably going to see the video right now.
He's just sitting there, shaking his head, yeah.
It's my birthday. For sure. Big player vibe.
He's like, you're going to Disney World. And it took a minute to register like what they said.
I'm going where?
Yeah. And so I was like, Blake, you're going to Disney World. We're taking you to Disney World. And he's like, what? And so then he's excited. And so in the middle of the announcement, they had made, I may have posted it on my story. I don't know. But they had made him a crown out of the plain snacks. Like, you know how they used to give peanuts? Now they give like Chex Mix or whatever.
She got a fire
So
too.
they had made him a little crown made out of the snacks, and they crowned him on the plane. It was the cutest thing ever.
Can I pause you though?
What?
Them Biscoff cookies on the airplane. Fire! Keep going.
I didn't get Biscoff cookies. You got Biscoff cookies?
Yeah.
They didn't offer me Biscoff.
You was asleep. Smacked them. Smacked the whole row of Biscoff. I heard them, man. I said, I'm going to give it to her. They said, you outside, I got a cover. Smack the Biscoff.
Anyways, so then we get to Orlando.
Yes.
We finally get to our hotel. I briefly put on my stories about Uber car seat. So I have been Googling. Because
all right. Enough of you. Let me say something.
It was like 2 days before the flight, and I was I have called a couple of places for like a car service.
Oh,
I'm a little nervous about getting us to the airport safely because I was like, did you know that our hotel is 20 minutes from the airport?
Oh, you're making me itch right now. Can I tell you?
He's like, no, I didn't know that.
All right. So listen, everybody out there right now who's listening, I feel like when you're planning a trip nowadays, we're all grown at this point, right? Majority of y'all married. Serious relationship, about 2-3 kids, maybe 6, maybe 8. But you're out there with a bunch of kids in a family right now. I do feel like that when you have a family, you should start delegating. I mentioned this on the episode about 3-4 weeks ago. You should start delegating certain tasks. I shouldn't have to carry the burden. Finding the flight, booking the flight, finding the hotel.
No.
Booking the hotel.
No, that wasn't it. That wasn't it.
I let you just ramble on for the last.
Because you're doing the most right now. You're doing the most.
I shouldn't have to be in charge of every single activity up until we get it. Now listen, hell of a job of picking out clothes. Don't get it twisted. When it came to picking out the matching outfits, she nailed it. She nailed it. But I wanted her to do one task, and that's find us some transportation to and from.
That's not true. No, stop. You finna have to support yourself. No, because you.
Let me cook.
You ain't even 100% telling the truth
right,
right now.
Let me cook, then you jump in. Let me cook. Now, the day of, or 2 days of, or 48 hours before, whenever, I don't think you should be looking for a ride from point A to point B. Now, I know my wife is a procrastinator. I've been knowing that for a long time. But I thought that she wouldn't procrastinate on a trip such as this. Now, when she told me about the issues she was having upon finding a ride, I suggested Uber. Take off.
This story is literally not how it happened.
Okay, whatever, man.
I had looked up places. I called the hotel like a week and a half before the trip.
Okay, I'm gonna go with you on that.
And I said, do you have a shuttle from the airport to the hotel? They said no, but this is who we suggest. So I said, okay. So I look up that company, and I'm up late this night because this week I could not sleep.
What week was that? Was it the week before?
This was like the week before the trip. I was having a really hard time. I guess technically like the week of the trip. Going into the week of the trip, I was having a hard time because we planned to do the Disney trip so that Blake could experience Disney one time by himself and get one more trip in before he was having another sibling. Mm-hmm. And we were also planning to announce the pregnancy while we were at Disney. So we were going to do a Disney pregnancy announcement. And I was really honestly, I have always wanted a Disney pregnancy announcement. I was like, I just hope it falls into place one day. And so I was like, oh, it fell into place. I'm going to get my Disney announcement. And it did not happen. So I was like in a very bad funk like
Attitude,
the entire week. And
funk
so
was bad. It was bad.
I was just really sad and like just not in the mood.
For nothing. Not even to talk. You just walking around the house like that.
Did you say for nothing?
Not even to talk or nothing. Yeah, like for nothing.
So
I'm talking about some butt. No, I'm talking about like you walking around the house and I want to talk.
No, I wasn't. I didn't feel like talking. So I was like, fine, whatever. So I called them. They don't have a shuttle to the airport. So I'm like, okay. So this week that I'm in my funk, I can't sleep. Like I'm not sleeping at all. And so it's probably like midnight. I'm up on the phone with the hotel looking for the shuttle. They recommend me to another company. I looked that company up. They had terrible reviews. But I left it up on the computer and then I had Googled a second company that had really good reviews. So I was like, okay, I'll just make the decision in the morning. Close the computer. No, I left it up. The next morning, Barry gets on the computer. He has exited out of everything and I don't remember the name of the companies.
So my thing is about that. Go ahead. I don't want to cut you off.
So I could remember the name of the company that the hotel suggested, but I was trying to find the company that I had found with good reviews. Couldn't find it. And so then I think I just kind of got busy and forgot about it. So
now, let
then
me tell
now
you about women.
2 days before the trip. Oh, no. I actually brought it up again, and he's just completely uninterested. So this is the week before the trip. He's uninterested, and he has made up in his mind that we're going to Uber from the airport to the hotel.
Now let me hop in real fast. I don't understand how a woman as sleuthy as she can find out who you were talking to back in 2009. I'm sorry, 2009. She can find that out. She can go back all through your search history. She gonna look all through the emails. She gonna call AT&T, tell them to cut the phone off. But when it comes to relocating a URL, which she was just looking at a night before, she doesn't know how to do it.
I feel like he's not cutting me enough slack right now because I had already told him for 4 nights in a row that week, I only got 3 hours of sleep.
Okay. Go ahead.
4 nights in a row that week, I only got 3 hours of sleep.
Go ahead, though.
I was up to like 3 o'clock in the morning and I was back up at like 6:30.
So talk about
for him to be like, I don't understand why you don't remember the website. Like,
No.
I was delusional at that point.
Now remember, I don't understand why she couldn't find it. She can find salt and snow.
Because I had a million other things
I'm talking
on
about
my
mud
mind.
and doo-doo. She can find it. But when it came to finding the URL to get us to point A to point B, and then listen, right now she said she has a million other things on her mind. Perfectly fine, right? So when I suggested an Uber, I'm like, man, we have solved the problem because it must not be that important because you have a million other things on your mind. Well, let's just go ahead and get an Uber.
No, that's not true. I don't even understand why men don't even think like, okay, how are we going to get the baby here without a car seat? First of all, he likes to travel with as less things as possible. So I knew he was not going to want to bring the car seat.
Absolutely not.
So for you to just be sitting up there thinking
that's why I need that donor. Hook me up.
For you to be sitting there just thinking like, oh no, we just gonna hop in an Uber. Like, what? I have been in some crazy ass Ubers. I've been in some Ubers where you like we're both sitting there looking at each other like, is this nigga drunk?
But I already know the fire. I know you could get a car seat already, but she was just tripped out. And then I suggested Uber, she tripped out on me.
You can't
I ain't get no damn Uber.
You can't do that in all of them. So for one, I end up Googling the night before we leave. I'm like, so what do you do with an Uber car seat situation? In certain cities, they have something called Uber car seat.
Bingo.
It's mostly in New York. They have it in Orlando, and it's like another city. Well, they pretty much stopped doing it in Orlando. Like, it's not being advertised in those cities anymore. But when you get to Orlando and you pull up the Uber app, you can scroll down. And at the very bottom, it says that you can book the Uber car seat. So I was like, fine. So we booked the Uber car seat.
And it was fire. Best Uber I ever been in.
It was fine. It was absolutely fine.
My man had Encanto playing on the television. I said, oh, okay, I see what kind of trip this is about to be.
Yeah. So it was fine. But the issue with that is that on the way back, it's pretty much just who they have available. Because on the way back, there was not an Uber car seat available.
Yep.
But I realized while we were there that, which if we go back to Disney again, I probably won't do the same days that we did because we thought that we were being smart by the days that we picked, but everybody was doing those same days. So we flew in on a Saturday and we left on a Tuesday. And like everybody was leaving on a Tuesday.
Yeah, true. But I do think that we probably will do those same days. However, we might add an additional day, and I think that's my biggest tip from Disney. I know people like, all right, get to something good for us. My biggest tip for y'all, if you're traveling to Disney and you've never been there with your family, don't try to do one park if you can help it. If you can't help it, go for it. But if you can help it, try to break the parks down in multiple days. I think on the last day, Magic Kingdom, right? Magic Kingdom is Disney World. That's what you guys all know. Magic Kingdom, we tried to do it all in one day, which would have been cool and it would have been fine. However, I do think that we should have probably broken it down into like half day doing it Tuesday and then come back and do another half day Wednesday. That way we would have been able to go back to the room, take a little break, get some food, because God bless. Let me tell y'all something right now. If you're going to Disney World and you've never been, look at me. Look at my eyes right now. Ain't no Checkers, Chipotle, or Chick-fil-A.
No.
You're going to be paying $1,000 for a hot dog, and it's going to be good. But it ain't going to be gourmet. It ain't going to be Chipotle or Chick-fil-A. So what I'm telling you is right now, that concession stand hot dog is going to run you realistically. We were paying about $45 to $50
I was gonna say,
per meal.
When we first got there, so we stayed, our hotel was in the Disney Springs area. That's where all the shopping and restaurants are.
Walking
so our
to Disney
hotel
Springs
was 8 minutes from Disney Springs walking. So we walked there every day. So when we got to the hotel, our room was not ready, which is fine. We dropped our bags off.
That bad concierge.
And then walked to Disney Springs. Well, when we got there, obviously we're starving because we left at 6 a.m. So I was like, well, let's just find something quick because at Disney Springs, you pretty much got to have a reservation to eat everywhere because everywhere is so booked. So we find a hot dog stand. We spent $45.
And that was our mistake. We were so hungry.
At a hot dog stand.
We were so hungry. We literally got the first thing we saw. I'm talking about, we were so hungry. We said, oh, food, eat. And this is the only thing we didn't even think to keep walking because it was more options. Now, looking back at it, we could have got something.
He had like it was kind of like a loaded hot dog. It was like onions and peppers on it. And then Blake had it was just like a plain beef hot dog. And then I had the
vegetarian.
It was
dog.
like a vegan, a vegan
Some BS,
hot dog or
wasn't
whatever.
Even good.
It was not $45 worth of food. I'll tell you that much.
$45 and some change for 3 hot dogs and some waters. I'm the only one that got a drink because by that time I said, man, it's hot. I need that Coke Zero in me. They didn't have Red Bull.
So I'm gonna say
I got a Coke Zero.
If you are not driving, because this is what my family and I used to do. I told Bear this.
Oh, I'm gonna tell this story too.
That was my first time at Disney World. Yep. My first time at Disneyland was with Bear years ago before we had Blake.
I changed her life. I show her the finer things in life, and I still don't get credit. Ooh.
Anyways, when I was growing up, we chose to go to Universal Studios. Okay, but it was like my parents, it was 3 of us, like my siblings and I. And so they were trying to give us a good family vacation, but traveling with 3 kids is also very expensive. So I think the first year we flew to Orlando, but the second year we went back to Orlando and we drove. So we drive to Orlando, and because we have a car, basically our parents just planned for us to eat lunch every day in the car. So we would go to Universal Studios, and then when we were hungry or wanted snacks, we would go back to the car. When we got in Orlando, they stopped by the grocery store. They bought a cooler. No, I think we came from Memphis with the cooler. They got some ice. We had ham, cheese, bread, chips, cookies, and Capri Sun.
Pretty smart.
So unless you're not trying to do that, if you're going to Disney, set aside a really big food budget, okay?
Yeah.
Set aside a really big food budget.
Beside the park tickets and the plane tickets and the hotel, and to be quite frank with y'all, the food was more than our hotel stay and more than our plane tickets. I bought the plane tickets so far in advance. That's what I was about to go back to. Because I bought the plane tickets so far in advance because I knew we were going, when somebody else could have booked the transportation that far in advance.
Well, shut up.
But because I knew we were going to Disney a long time ago, the flights ended up being like $430 for all three of us. So the flights weren't even that expensive. The park tickets, they are what they are. You know what I mean? Nowhere around that. The food, however, did not expect it. I bought a Powerade one day. I don't even like Power. I'm a Gatorade body armor type of guy. I bought a Powerade $4.99. I said, what? It was zero sugar. It wasn't bad, but the Powerade $4.99 for a 20-ounce Powerade.
And you said we spent like what? Close to 700.
Right at
close to 700.
And I guarantee
on the food just for us.
Yes, I guarantee
three of us.
80% of that was food. 80%. We had the transportation. We bought some gifts. When you go with your kids gonna want Spider. Look, they gonna see Encanto.
Now, the
shit.
suggestion to us was to buy him a toy before we got to Disney and then pull it out. To me, with our son, that just does not work because he's
smart.
going into the stores. And unless I'm like pretending like I'm like, I got the toy in my backpack already and I'm like pulling it out while we're in the store, that just does not work for Blake.
Yeah.
So I would say set aside a budget for buying like a toy. So we went in and Barrett told Blake that he could get 2 toys throughout the whole trip. So the first day we got there, he could not wait. He got his first toy then. On the second day, he wanted another toy, but we basically told him like, hey, be wise about your decision.
This is not the one.
Your birthday is tomorrow.
This is not the toy you want to get.
We will be more than happy to buy you a toy on your actual birthday. So if you want a toy on your birthday, then you will not get a toy today. He said, all right, fine. On his birthday, it wasn't even no expensive toy. We rode the Pirates of the Caribbean. He wanted a sword.
Got him a sword.
Are you sure that this is what you want for your birthday? He said yes. That's what he got.
This is the only word I've ever heard you say like you were from Memphis. Say that word again.
Sword.
The W in sword ain't solid.
Is it?
100%. See? Memphis fine.
Sword.
Sword. It's never been sword before. Now, if I'm wrong, let me know.
What?
Just let y'all know where she was from.
I just be saying sword every day.
You say you say S words like you from Memphis. Say sausage.
Sausage.
You say it with an O. Say it again.
Sausage.
You say it with an O every time.
Well, are we really going to talk about the way people talk right now?
I love it.
We are not going to talk about your tongue's so fat you can't pronounce half the words you trying to say.
Hey, look, tip and tat. She can't never just laugh it off and keep it going.
It's the W in sword silent.
All you gotta do is look it up. You just look up the pronunciation. You ain't gotta go type in the W silent. Say salmon.
Salmon.
Boy, you about to scare the hell out of me.
I know it's not salmon.
You ain't gotta look it up though. Just type in sword right there. Just type in sword. Type it in.
I never knew. Sword.
Oh, this is what it said? Read it out loud.
Yeah, it says it. For example, in the word sword, you don't pronounce the letter W.
This nigga been sword no.
I don't say the word sword.
She cutting the W right out on her.
Who's just walking around saying sword? Sword.
You ain't never said sword walking around, but you damn sure said sword.
Hey.
Memphis fine is right there, but anyway,
that's
keep
fine.
going.
At least I ain't saying strawberry or nothing like that.
Computer. You said computer. We got to get the divorce money bag, yo.
Computer. I mean, I've never said that.
Right.
I know how to say computer.
But he did get a sword from the Pirates of the Caribbean.
He did. He was terrified of that ride. Terrified.
But when he got off, that boy saw them damn swords, and he was like, "I need one."
And from the time he got this sword, he's been like, shoo, 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 shoo.
Chopping the shit out of the air. The air didn't stand a chance. Sliced it up. So that's what he got. So it was a good decision. I told him, like, man, make the right, don't just get a toy just to get it. And I feel like I don't know what happened. From 3 to 4, it's only been like a week. It's been a drastic change. He could already speak very well. And I'm bragging on my kids. So what? He speaks extremely well.
I got it.
Now, on the other hand, it's gone up an entire level, only a week.
I gotta tell y'all what just happened. So tonight I cooked some sausage, cabbage, and cornbread. And so I said, taste the cabbage. And I tasted it, and I knew it needed to be seasoned more, but I just told him to taste it to see if he would eat it before I added like the additional seasoning in it. So he puts it in his mouth, and he is disgusted. He's absolutely disgusted.
He cried.
And so he was like, he like crossed his head. He's like, where's the cornbread? And I said, I'm sorry, Blake, I messed that up too. I said, I'm sorry, the cabbage nasty and the cornbread nasty.
And what did he tell you?
He looked at me, he said, that is not cool, mommy. That is not cool.
My kid, man. It's my kid.
And I
the
said,
vibes
what?
are there. The vibes are there.
I said, what do you mean it's not cool? That is not cool. I said, no, what's not cool is you being ungrateful.
Listen, man.
Like, what am I said, what if the cornbread and the cabbage is nasty? Like, what you gonna do? That's not cool. You can't make the cornbread nasty. Granted, he loves cornbread, y'all.
Bro, I tasted the cabbage and I made the exact same face he made. Then she tasted the cabbage again and she made the exact same face. It was like the 3 P's
No,
or
I
whatever.
didn't. It was fine to me. I just added some. It just needed some more season salt.
I'm gonna pray before I eat tonight. I'm gonna go ahead and pray a big, long prayer.
Quite frankly, I don't care.
I know you
but
don't.
I
That's the
will
problem.
say that my strong suit is in baking. It's not in cooking everyday food. I can bake some things. The cornbread is good.
When last time you baked something besides cornbread?
I baked Blake's cookie cake. Alexis literally ate the whole cake.
When's the last time you baked some food, not dessert?
You don't bake food.
All right,
that's not what I'm talking about.
What are you talking
I'm not
about
talking
then?
about like baking chicken.
What are
I'm
you
talking
talking
about
about?
baking sweets versus cooking regular food.
So you made a cookie
I
cake?
make far better desserts than regular food.
Oh yeah, I agree with that now.
That's why I said I can bake. I make far better desserts than regular food. I'm not talking about baking chicken. I can bake some chicken too, but it tastes better in the air fryer.
So you need cooking classes is what you're
I don't
saying.
need cooking classes.
Okay,
but it would be nice if you would cook a meal, but you don't.
I understand. Like I gotta do too much. I gotta just.
What do you do besides work and the podcast? What are we talking about here?
I'm just gonna start working there. I'm just gonna start working and see what's going to happen.
Oh my gosh!
Speaking of,
do we really need to go into this conversation right now?
Let's hit the button.
During the week, we got deep. Chill. Let's talk on the podcast.
Time out.
Nah, this is the perfect segue.
Time out.
You just ruined
because you're saying
this segue is a hell of a.
You're saying, which we've had this conversation before, that because you work, you don't need to do anything in the house.
That's not what I'm saying.
That's literally what you're saying. You're like, well, I'm just gonna stop working in so that I can cook one meal a week.
That's not what I'm saying.
just trying to figure out where's the balance.
This is a Patreon conversation. If we had a Patreon, this would be on Patreon. But we don't have a Patreon, so this is gonna have to be talked about right now. So
we've already talked about gender roles in a relationship.
This is not even a gender role.
We've already talked about this topic, and for some reason, every time it comes up, you seem to be very confused about it. So let's just talk about like the roles that we have in the house.
So
you work. You are the provider. Like, we survive off of your money. We get that. We know that. Well,
don't say it.
You do the podcast. That's your responsibility. You go to work. You provide. You are the provider. That's what you love to do. And you're a great father. Okay, so we're talking about the house here, and I say you're going to cook one meal a week. And you respond by saying, I'm just going to stop working. By my suggestion of you cooking one meal a week.
That's it. If anybody right now, stop the pod.
I literally said
34.
Why don't you go? I literally said, well, why don't you go cook a meal? And you said,
why don't you go cook?
I'm just. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. I said, why don't you go cook a meal?
3506. Go back to about 33. Keep going.
Regardless.
I can't stop and go back right now because I'm recording.
So I'm trying to see. You said that you work.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which leads me to believe that you feel like you don't have to do anything else in the house.
That's what I'm saying.
So if you can't cook one meal, what can you do?
Okay. I got you. Can I jump in? Can I jump in?
So like when we're talking about like responsibilities of the house.
Okay. I'm ready.
We're talking about cleaning up.
Okay.
We're talking about doing all the laundry.
Okay.
We're talking about doing work outside of the house.
What you mean? Like what kind of work outside of the house?
Bear, we still got Christmas lights outside on the house.
I don't have a ladder.
Like, what are we doing?
I'm only 5'9".
Whose ladder did you use to put them up?
I've had I almost fell a few times. I wasn't that tall, and I'm like, man, buy my own ladder in that case. So buy my own ladder.
So it's March. We still got Christmas lights up on the house.
You can't even
it's
tell.
fine.
And we also, you know what?
It's ghetto.
We don't have a Christmas tree outside the front door.
I don't know where the box is to put it up.
Oh, somebody called Pusha T and tell them the pot calling the kettle black.
But listen.
Look at this.
But listen here.
Look at this.
That is a matter of me removing
choice
it and putting it in the garage.
Hey, well, that is right.
That's it.
Have you done
That's
it? Have you done it though?
No, I haven't, Beard. Beard, you were in charge of the Christmas decorations outside of the house. So when the Christmas decorations were inside of the house, I put all of those up. So you mean to tell me you can't take all the ones outside and put them up?
Did I put the tree up?
Beard, does it matter? I put the tree up by myself. I put the decorations up by myself.
Come on, man.
That didn't stop you from putting your gifts up under it. Next year, do your own tree and put your gifts up under that tree.
Go ahead.
What are we talking about here?
Say what you gonna say, man. Go ahead on, man.
Like, what are we talking about?
She's nuts tonight. Let's go ahead on.
No, next year, since we want to divvy up the chores like that.
I think we should do
We
that.
want to divvy up the chores like that. Next year, you put your own damn tree up and leave it in this room. You set your separate ass gifts up here. You set your mama gifts, your sister gifts. You put all them up here above your little tree.
Once again, I'm gifted. I'm the East Atlanta Santa. You feel me?
It's my responsibility
everybody
to decorate the entire inside of the house.
I just want to know.
And because he is not the one that put the mini tree outside of the house, he don't want to put it. Like, okay, so again, is that because you work? What is it?
No, I don't know where the box is. I didn't put it up. I didn't ask for it to get put up. I know why the lights. I can give you guys an exact answer on why the lights are still up. Simply because I haven't purchased the ladder. You know why I haven't purchased the ladder? Because I'm trying to do other things right now. So in order for me to do other things, then I'm not that something just gonna have to wait. And if that's bothering you that bad, well, guess what? Some of the things can get taken away from you.
I'm not getting on the ladder. I'm not getting on the ladder.
No, I'm not saying that. But some of the things that we're trying to do require your spending, right? So let's just stop that.
We're not talking about that. We're not talking about that. If you can use the neighbor's ladder to put the lights up there, you can use the neighbor's ladder to take them down. Like, and we have a great neighbor. We borrow stuff from each other all the time. We have one neighbor that is like the textbook
like Wilson
definition
from,
of a neighbor.
Home Improvement.
She has come over here and borrowed sugar from me. She'd be like, hey, I just need like a fourth of a cup. Sure, here you go. Give her sugar. Hey, you got some parchment paper? Sure, India, come right on over and get it. Like, listen, that's the neighbor. So she would absolutely let him borrow this ladder. But we gonna get off this because we talking about the responsibilities inside of the house that you don't have to do because you work. That's what we talking about.
Right. I'm not saying, let's get one thing straight. I'm not saying I don't have to do it, but continue on. I want to hear where you're going with it. Now you here. Keep going.
Well, because now
Let's go.
now confused because I told you
like this one.
a month or so ago
and don't get mad
that
either,
I felt like I had a lot on my plate. Right?
Okay.
You remember that conversation?
Yeah.
I was like, and I said if it was not for me, like nothing in the house would get done.
Okay.
Like as far as like the cleaning, the laundry, like I do everybody's laundry. You do your laundry.
Facts, okay? Facts. That's a fact. She's not the reason why
I go clean up the bathroom that both of us use equally. Say for instance, he's cleaning the sink. He cleans his sink. I clean the sink. I clean both sinks. So am I lying?
No, not yet. Keep going. I'm letting you cook. I know how to move out of the way. Keep going. Because listen, both of us talk, they're not gonna be able to hear it. So you go.
Okay, so I'm trying to figure out like what am I missing here? Because at this point, I don't even just sit at home anymore. Like I don't even just sit at home anymore.
All right, so
and it is getting to a point where I'm making a little bit of money.
Okay.
But
how far are we going with this? 'Cause I need to know how far I can go.
Okay, what is your excuse? Okay, so what is the reasoning behind your comment?
What comment?
Let we go back to the original comment. What's the reason behind the comment?
That's what I said, because I'm expected. Unrealistically or not, right? This is not a man or woman thing or gender role thing. This is an expectation thing right now. I'm expected, right, to go to work. She mentioned that. Cool. Go to work, clock in, do my time. What she failed to mention is, beside that, what else I do? I have my own business. That's a whole other ball game that we talking about. After that, what else am I doing now? The DJ picked up a little bit. Doing that now a little bit more. Being a dad. It's another thing. I wake up in the morning, go to the gym. I do that. Before I do all that, you know who has to eat breakfast? 2 people. Me and Blake. I cook for Blake. Do I cook for her? No, I don't cook for her in the morning because I don't know what she like. I do make something and I put it out to the side and she may or may not eat it, and that frustrates me to no end. So I do that. So now at this point, I'm doing all that. I'm going to work. Now the least that I expect every now and again is just a meal here and there. I ain't asking for much. I drove every car.
That's not all you're asking
some night
for.
Clean draws.
That's not all you're asking for.
What am I asking
Let's be
for
real
here?
about that. And when you say statements like that, you put the things that you do on a higher pedestal.
No.
So the things
wait,
that are
Jose,
the, so
I'm
the
asking
things
for
that are
equal commitment in the household. If I'm
we
doing
don't have
all
equal
that,
commitment in the household.
If I'm doing all that outside of the house, right? And correct me if I'm wrong. If I'm doing all this stuff for the household, and I come home and I look and like, damn, sink full of dishes again. Damn, well, I guess I gotta cook us dinner. Damn, well, I guess I gotta do this. It's like
you're
bro,
literally
what
going back
saying?
to my original point.
Okay, go for it.
You're saying that the things that you do take more importance than what I do. Because you can be out all day and come home tired and not lift a finger.
Okay.
I can be out all day and be tired, and you're still looking for food. You're still looking for why the house is a certain way.
Okay.
So that tells me that you don't respect or feel like the things that I do are as important as what you do, because you are bringing home all of the money. That is what that's what it looks like to me, and that's what it sounds like to me.
Well, listen.
So
I'm big enough to apologize for the way it looks and the way it sounds. However, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, if we, and this is for anybody, like I'm glad this is for anybody that may be in this type of situation. Are we doing equal things, or are we dividing the pie? Are we splitting the pie?
I don't think it should be about either of those.
I can't even get my thoughts out though. Are we doing equal things, or are we dividing the pie? Because like you said, if you are going out now, which you are, busy, 100%. You're tired when you get home, 100%. I'm tired when I get home, 100%, right? Now, what should we reevaluate of how we structured things from the beginning? Because from the beginning, this was the deal. That's why I say I don't know how far to take it, but I'm about to go here. From the beginning, when she was working, the entire deal was, hey, stay at home for, how long do we say? Help me remember. I'm going to stay at home for a year.
A year, maybe?
I don't think it was shorter than that. I'm going to stay at home for a year. After that year, if in this time she had a boutique, after a year, if the boutique isn't making a certain X amount of dollars, then, well, I'm going to come back to the workforce, get a full-time job. All right, cool. That'll work. I put the entire burden on my shoulders to pay all the bills, take care of the house, and make sure everybody was good. That was a decision I made. I'm not saying she didn't force me to do that. I said, cool, great. So we're going to do for a year. Year came and went. Still cool. Year 2 came and went. Still cool. Year 3 is here. Like this is be year 4. Year 3 came kind of in the middle of year 3 right now. And now here we are. Cool. You Pilates is going on. Everything's happening. Now, what do you suggest now? Do we look at it?
No, because you know good and well that the circumstances have changed. The circumstances have 100% changed. For one,
can I go back?
No, for one, the circumstances have 100% changed. For one, we were preparing to send Blake to school that year,
right?
And then COVID happened,
right?
And we both agreed that it was the best decision for him to stay home instead of sending him to school at the age of 2 in the middle of a pandemic.
I said that.
That's the exact same thing that happened with this year. No. The pandemic still continued on, and we both decided that it was the best decision to keep him home.
Yeah.
Okay? Not only that, you are making significantly more money than you made back then.
Bro, listen to me.
When I first started making home, when I first started staying at home, you're making, like, the bread in this house is a lot different than what it was when I first started staying at home.
Does it matter?
Yes, it does.
Let me tell you why it doesn't matter.
Matters.
Because if you make it right, listen. Let me get somewhere.
And
right?
I haven't even gotten to the juicy part of all of this.
Not
only that, I work for him. His business. I answer the phones for him. Like, I don't know if y'all know what kind of business he does, but the business is doing excellent.
All right. Well, hold on.
And so,
okay. Listen.
Not only it's like. Sometimes I don't even think you realize like how busy your business is during the day.
Listen to me. I see it, but at the same time, I can't fire my wife. What you saying?
Why would you fire my wife? Because you would be paying somebody else significantly more money.
Of me.
You would be paying.
She takes advantage of
you
me.
would be paying somebody significantly more money to do what I'm doing.
Okay, listen. We already know that, right?
So you really got to steal in me, okay?
It's crazy, bro. I tell her this all the time. I done made more thousandaires than the lotto did. And she got this line from Jay-Z. He said millionaires. I ain't making millionaire yet, but I done made some thousandaires out there. My thing is this, man. All of that being said, right? It seems like the effort, the work effort, the sweat equity put in, every time I may bring it up, you get upset. And all I'm saying is this, listen. I can't keep working, coming home, and then looking at everything like, man, I can't. God bless. Can I at least get some cabbage that tastes got a little seasoning on it? That's all I want. A little cabbage with seasoning. And then she gets upset.
I can't even believe you fucking doing this right now. I cannot. I literally cannot. And again, it's like jokes, in his head, he can't even bring himself to believe that he thinks the way that he thinks. Because at the end of the day, if you weren't making no money and you was broke, you wouldn't be saying none of this. In the end of the day, if you were not the sole provider, if you were not the sole provider, then you would not be. But that's also a decision that you chose. Like you chose to be the sole provider. And not only that, before we had Blake, you were always the sole provider. Always.
All right. So listen. The entire deal, I left some aspects out of the deal. The deal was she was going to stay at home with Blake for that time until he went to school. Now, not at any time, but I'm glad she's doing stuff. Not at any time did we say, hey, when I get busy or when I get back in the workforce, whatever she's doing now, then I'm going to have to start paying another bill. I'm going to start paying Blake to go to school or get homeschooled. That wasn't even in the equation. The deal was she was going to stay at home with Blake and help him. She was going to be his homeschool teacher.
Well, that's what I was doing.
Key word was. So now listen, hold on. Now, because you're getting paid, she just kind of told you, show your hand. Because I'm paying you.
For a job.
That's fine. I'm paying. Right.
You would be doing somebody else.
This is perfect. I'm paying you to do a job. I shouldn't have to also now, because you got a job, right? You got a job. You got a job at Pilates too, right? Right?
Nope. You're not even finna compare it. You're not even finna compare it.
Because
I see what you're trying to do. I see what you're trying to do.
I'm
it
trying
is
to
still
paint
not
a picture,
comparable.
I'm not trying to compare what we're making and what we're doing. I'm not trying to do that. What I'm trying to say is, if all of these things are equal in the realm, not the same amount. But if all these things are equal and they're put up equal, then some of the responsibilities need to be shared equally then. If that's how you're looking at it.
That's not how I'm looking at it, Beard. That's not how I'm looking at it.
I'm about to fall up out of this chair, man.
To you, it is how I'm looking at it. To you, first of all, let's go back.
Go back.
Again, the circumstances under which we agreed to this arrangement has changed dramatically. Okay? When I first, yes, they have.
The
yes, they have, because when I first started staying home with Blake, that was it. I was not doing anything else. I was just staying home with
the boutique.
Yes, the boutique. I stopped doing the boutique last year.
So,
I stopped doing the boutique last year and started doing something else. So it was never like I wasn't doing nothing. I was doing the events. I was doing the boutique and the events. I stopped doing the boutique because the events were too overwhelming, because I was doing such a big event by myself that I didn't have the capacity to do that and still take care of the house and do the stuff in the house. So
you showing your hands. She don't have the capacity to do the event and do the stuff in the house. But I should have the capacity to go to work, do a business,
talking about
and do the
you
stuff in the house.
cooking
Okay.
one meal in the house. Again, you think that because you work and you bring home all the money that you don't have to lift a finger in the house.
That's not it.
What I'm comparing it to.
I just told you everything I did.
I'm comparing it to.
I wake up and make everybody
What
breakfast.
I'm comparing. No, you don't. You cook for Blake. You do things for Blake. You do things for yourself and for Blake. And again, like even when I went back to us cleaning, you clean up your shit. You don't clean up none of mine. So again, how is that fair? How is that fair?
What are you cleaning up for me?
I clean up. I'm about to walk out of here. I clean up all of his shit. I wash his clothes. I clean his nasty ass hair out of the sink. Should I stop doing all of that? That's not a matter of just starting. Maybe you should wash all your own shit, Barrett.
We're gonna table this because we're gonna have to agree to disagree. We're not mad.
No.
I want people to think we're mad.
No, because I can't even believe you in here saying it. So what I'm comparing it to is not a matter of money. It's a matter of time. Okay?
That's what I'm saying.
So where he's busy all day, I'm busy too. But the difference is because he's the one that brings home the bread, he feels like my busyness doesn't matter. I'm the one that's supposed to take care of the house.
That's not what I'm saying.
So what is it?
Your busyness matters just as much as mine. And it matters so much as mine that I do think that maybe we should relook at the deal. The deal structure is gone bad. The deal was up a long time ago, to be honest with you. When I start paying for help inside of the house too, the deal structure, like that, the deal was up then. If you just want to be honest with you. But I'm not cool. I'm gonna let it go on because it's peace in the house. That's one thing you people pay for convenience. I pay for peace. I would rather it be peace than to be arguing. Then be over like this to be a bunch of BS in the house. I would rather it be that type of peace than not. So that's why I ain't never said nothing. Even right now, like, what's the big deal? It's peaceful. However, since all this has come about, like, bro, I can't eat, like I said, cabbage with seasoning, man.
Oh my gosh.
Can you put seasoning on the cabbage? That's all I need, bro.
You can put seasoning on your own cabbage.
See what I'm saying? But if I were to say, you know what? I don't feel like, give me $100 on the car note every month. Just give me $100. That's the least you could do. Because really and truly, the deal been up. You making money now. I don't care if it's coming from me or the old company. I almost said their name. You could come up off something now since you making money. And see what I'm saying? See, the deal structure is so crazy. No. I don't even know how to deal. I don't know how I got into this deal.
But y'all see what he doing, right?
What am I doing?
Because at the end of the day, it's about the fucking money.
It ain't about the money. At the end of the day, it's about divided responsibilities.
At the end of the day, it's about the money. And we're not. The responsibilities has nothing to do with the money. We were talking about household chores, and again, you keep tying it back to the money because in your head, you believe that because you bring home all the money, you don't have to do any chores in the house.
I believe
that is what this is about.
Take away the money. I believe because I'm out working all day. When I get home, I'm out working all day to provide a pleasant living situation for my family, that when I get home, can I at least Say it with me out there. Get some seasoning on my cabbage. That's all I'm damn it asking for. I'm not asking for you to give me money. I'm asking.
At
Listen.
this point, I don't even know what he's talking about because now he backtracking, and I don't even understand what's happening here.
If y'all might be able to help me frame this up, I might be framing it wrong because the money, I'm not even worried about that. Get your money, man. I want both of us to get as much money as we can. Even though if you hustling me, at least you hustling somebody. Let it be me. I want you to get. Now, it's something else that we not saying. I'm not even going to put that out there. But she hustling me. She hustling. Y'all think y'all saying I'm paying her. I pay her, right? True enough. I don't even pay myself because I pay her. She run around here with all the money, really. She see it all come in.
Yes, I see it all come in.
So that's what I'm saying.
That's how I know.
I'm not, listen, I'm just going to leave it at that.
My thing is, you guys,
her thing.
he can either pay me what he paying me, or he can hire somebody else and
It's
pay them.
It's a stick up, right?
Or he can hire somebody else and pay them more than double because he did do that. Okay, that was the start of our arguments in 2020 when we had less money coming in 2020, but he had hired somebody to do my job that I'm doing right now. And he was paying them people a buttload of money.
So it was 2017.
No, it wasn't, Barrett.
100%.
No,
Answer connect.
Go look at the credit card statements. It was at the beginning of 2020.
I don't think it was 2018.
It was at the beginning of 2020.
That's what I'm paying
I wasn't even.
now. She blew him up.
I wasn't even working. I wasn't even doing this in 2020. I had quit.
I'm gonna look it up and I'm gonna let y'all know. I'm gonna blur that name out, blur my invoice out. I'm gonna put it up.
I quit. So he's paying his company.
Man, we've been talking about this for an hour. Let's stop talking about this. They want to hear something else. God bless. I'm sorry.
I'm not sorry because, again,
she been wanting to talk about it. It's been on her heart. It's about the money. It's about the responsibility. She ain't got no hard responsibilities for us.
Excuse me?
Yeah, you took Blake to the doctor for the first time in years today.
You don't ever take him to his doctor's appointments. What are we talking about? You work. So what do you mean I took him to the doctor for the first time in years?
So now she mad at me because I don't take him to the doctor.
I am the only person that take him to the doctor. So what are you talking about?
So you want me to stop working and take him to the doctor? How about this?
No, but why would you bring up that point?
Let me be a stay-at-home dad. Next year.
Why would you bring up that point if that was not important?
We gonna fix it right now. We gonna fix it.
No, what the issue?
2023.
The issue is that he knows that I'm right. He's just pulling stuff out of his butt. Because why would you say you just took Blake for the first time in years? First of all, Blake ain't no sick ass kid. I shouldn't say it like that.
So why I got the highest insurance then?
Blake is not like a sickly kid. So I haven't had to
I got
take
that highest
him to the doctor.
Insurance. I need to scale my insurance.
You picked insurance you picked that crazy ass plan.
Things are getting more and more cloudy, you guys. Let me ask you a question then. Can I be a stay-at-home dad next year?
If you want to.
You see, are you gonna get a full-time job?
Mm-mm.
See what I'm saying? It's crazy how she gets to live the life she lives. And then I can't be a stay-at-home dad. Tabitha made her husband a stay-at-home dad. Why can't I be a
But Tabitha's husband worked in the police force in the police force until she was able to bring him home.
Lord have mercy.
That was the story.
Am I ever going to be able to be brought home before I go home?
Is that the goal?
I don't know.
So in their relationship, he had always had dreams of doing something else, but he couldn't. She was an aspiring actress. And
I don't want to work for nobody else. I just want to 100% work for myself.
So he kept that job until she started making enough money. I mean, I love their story because they've been married for so long. They've been in a relationship for so long. And so it's kind of like he supported her and he held her down. Like, and you know, every couple is different. Every couple don't have to maneuver like that.
Everybody's story gonna be the same.
He worked his job at the police force. And I think she said she always wanted them to be in a space where he did not have to do their job. Because, you know, I mean, that's not a safe job.
Chitty, bang, bang.
I mean, we've seen Tabitha blow up over the past couple of years. And so that's what she did. She brought her husband home. So, of course, if I ever get to a place where, you know, if that's the case and that's what you want to do and you're like, hey, I don't want to work this job, then that's what you're going to do. This is like the season of our lives that we are in. So it's like, if you don't want to do that, but you've never just outright said, I don't want you to stay at home, Blake, no more. I want you to go back and get a full-time job. You have
'Cause that's-
never
'cause
just
it's
outright
not-
said that.
That's not what I'm even saying now. What I'm saying is the responsibilities to make if everybody does a little, nobody should have to do a lot.
But that's what I'm saying.
The responsibilities are not equal, I don't think. That's all I'm saying.
The responsibilities are not equal of money.
No. The responsibilities are not equal.
The responsibilities are not equal of money.
You had to agree to disagree.
Because what are you even talking about?
Let's just agree to disagree. The responsibilities, we've been going around in circles for the last 50-something minutes. We're going to agree to disagree for the sake of you all. And if y'all think I'm right, let me know. If y'all think she right, let her know. Or if y'all know a better way for us to coexist in the season, you said, right? The season that we're in now, let us know. Also, if you have a cabbage recipe, let her know. Because God bless, we need it.
At the end of the day, you don't have to eat it. You can cook your own
See
food.
what I'm saying? She getting so offended. I'm just having a good time.
You can
that
cook
was a question.
your own food, which is what all
It's gonna be-
this
it's gonna be a
shit
long
even
one because I
started.
gotta-
Which is what this
It
even
is.
started as.
Cabbage.
Is the fact that if he don't like it, he can go and make it for himself.
Ain't no
But again,
seasoning.
because he works all the time
On my
and
cabbage.
he brings home all of the money, he feel like he don't got to do nothing.
The only thing I'm asking for, people, say it with me. Seasoning on.
Because we started talking about cooking, cleaning, all of that.
Mm-hmm.
We don't really clean for real. Unless I
I'm a
ask him to.
professional cleaner. It's the
No,
problem.
he doesn't. No.
All
Unless I
right.
clean. So, Barry.
Can I get to what
Barry.
I'm trying to get to? You keep. We just talked. Well, so here we go behind the curtain. Last 2 weeks ago, we had a post-production talk. And she don't know when this. She just keep going.
Okay, so I will say this.
She can't stop. It's like once she gets fixated on something.
Find California blankets.
Here we go. Now. What the fuck just happened?
We went to therapy last week, and our therapist said that we needed a safe word. And so Barry said California. I said blankets. So we decided to do a safe phrase. And it's California blankets. So from here on out, when we're in the middle of a disagreement that we cannot agree on, California blankets, the end.
And it's funny too, because when we thought of California blankets, it was, I think both of the items that we picked out equally make us feel safe. I feel like when I'm in California, I feel the safest. I'm at home. I'm at peace when I'm in California. I love California. And every time I'm there, it's a feeling. I feel, oh my God. And this fool said blankets. And you know what's funny about blankets? Every night she's wrapped up in at least 3. And I feel like she feels safe in blankets. And that was it, with an S, California blankets. But I gotta get to the segue. It's gonna bring us right back. And I'm gonna try to avoid getting back on that topic so heavy again. It was an IG post that she sent to me that I was trying to get to.
That's my topic. What you talking about? You might as well run the thing then.
No. Oh, you gonna talk about that?
Yeah.
For your topic? Oh, well, shit. Well, let me go ahead and get to mine then. I know you're going to
This?
talk about that. Yeah, we're here.
Let her upgrade you.
Why not?
What would India do?
We're off the rails at this point. Oh, WWID. What would India do? Kick it!
So it's not necessarily like what I would
We'll
do,
tell
but
Blake to
it
come up and
is
see
my opinion. So I saw this question on Black Marriage Movement last week. And so it's a tweet. But basically the tweet says, a woman says $65K yearly salary isn't enough to have a stay-at-home wife and the men are inconsolable. So the question is $65K a good salary for sustaining a stay-at-home wife in this economy? No. No, it's not. I don't pay any of the bills, but just simple math in my head knows that $65K is not enough, especially in this economy with these fucking high-ass gas prices.
Bro, gas so high make you want to cry. Gas so high make you want to fly. Gas is too high. If you think, I'm going to do basic math. Even if you drive and fill up your car twice a week, that's about an extra $100 right there a week. It's an extra $400 a month right in gas, just in gas. Not to mention if you got a car note that's say $300, $700 for one car. Let's add 2 cars in there with the gas, another $1,400. Say you got a house. Let's just be generous and say your house is about $15,000. Now you're up to what? $3,000. I'm rounding up, people.
I mean, $1,500.
Yeah, $1,500. I'm sorry. I'm rounding up. You're up to about $3,000 right there. Now, rough math. Hold on. 65,000 divided by 12. Now you have left over 3,054, 16 minus 3. Now you have left over $2,400. We're not even talking about gas. I'm sorry, we're not even talking about the bills. You got all the streaming services in the world. We're not even talking about maintenance. She told you last week how much your nails cost. My God, who knew that? $6,500. I just gave it to you right there. I'm not saying somebody might be making it work off $1,000 a year. Somebody out there probably right now saying, "Oh, he's wrong."
Well,
and if I'm wrong, man, I applaud you. Man, hold up. I want to applaud you for making that $65,000 work.
Well,
let me know how to do it.
Barrett, it's mine, not yours.
Such the nerve.
So I also looked at the comments, and people made good points about it. Also depends on the type of life you're willing to live, the quality of life that you're willing to have, and where you live. So $65K in Hazelhurst, Mississippi.
Balling.
That's a good salary.
And you can do it. And you can do it there. Yes.
Yeah, that's a good salary.
100% you can do it.
$65K in Nashville?
It's a good salary. No. It's a good salary.
No.
It's a hell of a good salary.
No.
Yeah, what you mean?
I'm not saying that's not a good salary. That is not enough for a stay-at-home wife.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, no.
Because really what you're doing is divide it by 2, right? Just divide it by 2. Just being realistic. And don't add kids to it. So now it's a little bit more. So if you take that 65 divided by 2 between both of you all, it gives you what? 32,500 apiece. And that's what you're really looking at. So if she can live off 32 and you can live off 32, then go for it.
But you like
but at least make some cabbage with some seasoning if you're doing it. I'm just playing. I can't help it.
If you don't go grab the bottle of hot sauce and shut up talking to me.
Put some balsamic vinaigrette on that thing.
I want to hear shit else about this.
Come on, man.
So if you're in a place like Nashville and the rent here is insane. The rent is insane. So
how make you want to cry?
It's like you would have to go into like a little hick town where everything is still super cheap.
Yeah.
In order to make that type of salary work for a stay-at-home wife. I've actually only known one person ever to be a stay-at-home wife prior to them having a child.
That's what's up.
So for one, it's not common. It's not very common. But I think in that situation, the wife just really disliked her job. And the husband, obviously could support them. And he was like, it's not really worth you having to stress like this. So, just no. Like, just quit your job. And I think she finally quit. And so she was a stay-at-home wife for a while before, she ever got pregnant.
What's up?
So, like I said, it depends on what type of life you're willing to live. If $65K is enough for you to have a stay-at-home wife. Because this thing didn't say, the post didn't say a stay-at-home mom.
It said stay-at-home wife.
It said a stay-at-home wife.
And I do think it's closer to reality without a child. Like, you can do it. You just got to be strong and have a strenuous budget. Like, you got to have real tight constraints on your budget and just know.
And I also think there's something to be said about this generation of men, because I have been seeing more and more men allowing their wives or like once they have children, at least allowing them to stay at home at least for a little while. And even if it's not just the mom, like the dad is doing it. Like
I'm trying to be a
some point,
stay-at-home dad.
somebody in the relationship is staying at home when these babies are little. And so, you know, the budgets might be tight, but they're figuring out a way to make it work. Like I know a girl, she had always planned to work, had her first baby, and she was like, I absolutely do not want to go back to work. And so her husband worked it out to where she was able to stay at home with the baby for the entire first year of this baby's life.
Mm-hmm.
Well, after the first year, you know, and that's the thing about being stay-at-home moms.
I'm trying to find something.
Everybody don't love it. Some people do it and be like, I had to send this baby to daycare. Everybody don't love it.
There it is.
But she did that whole first year, and then she decided, like, okay, I'm ready. I'm going to go back to work now. And that was the end of it. So it's all about what type of agreement you have set up within your marriage. Because, like, the women who are saying $65K is not enough
Shame on
to
them.
sustain.
Take their ass to work then.
But no. I feel like these are women who provide for themselves
Okay.
and know how much it costs to provide for themselves and maintain themselves.
It's just too big,
enough
right?
to know
It's how you want to live.
$65K is not enough for the type of lifestyle that they desire.
I knew this girl back in the day that I was dating, right? My freshman year of college. And I'm sitting here thinking, 65K would have been enough for us too. Like she never got her eyebrows done. And she was an attractive girl, just never got her eyebrows done. And I'm like, damn, she never like wanted to dress up and be flashy, but she was still good looking. It was just her thing. She just didn't care about this stuff. And I guarantee if she made $20 an hour, she can make that shit. She can live off $65,000. Like we could have lived off $65,000 if I would have went that route. No, I'm gonna say it. No, ain't no. It ain't it, cuz.
So I'm gonna say this.
No, that's what I'm saying.
I'm gonna say this. When I first had Blake, I felt like I went into a period of where I felt like I had to look like a mom.
You about to tell a crazy story?
There's like a period of time where I look at my pictures after I had Blake and I'm like, why the fuck did you wear that? Like, did you want to look homely?
Damn, give
or
it up
like,
for you
what
one
was
time.
it? And so I realized that I did have some like body insecurities because my body just wasn't, you know, obviously your body's never the same after you have kids.
Got diastasis.
But it was also something like going in my head thinking that I couldn't show a lot of skin because I was a mom.
Skin is in.
That I had to dress a certain way.
Dress is less.
Also, like the stay-at-home mom community is very homely. And so then...
Can't be a hoe without homely.
It's like after Blake turned like 2.5. It was like after he turned like 2.5. I was like, yeah, no, you gotta get it together.
Please,
like there's no reason for you to be dressing like this.
Stop
Like
wearing
just
thongs.
because you are a mom does not mean that you have to tone it all the way down. And I was like still super young. I mean, I am young. And I'm just like, what is the reason?
I thought she was getting hazed. I'm talking about bloomers, big bras, none of them big bras, that fat wire around them, all that. That's what she was on.
I do still prefer a full coverage panty, but that's just a preference.
That's crazy. Like, why? Let that thing hang. You understand me?
Because I do not like wedgies.
Man, them lips trying to
but
breathe.
Cup does have some cheeky
I don't just talk about Cup no more unless they paying you. I'm sick of it.
That I prefer.
Sick of it.
But when I decided to get my groove back.
When does that happen? You saw to spend more money to get your groove back?
Yeah, but I was also making my own money. I was making my own money. So like the last year that I had my clothing boutique.
Yeah.
It
but
popped.
you know what bothers me?
Granted, like after I filed my taxes, I didn't make a lot of money that year. But I was able to buy anything I wanted that year. No. Because of what I was doing with this boutique.
And then she stopped.
And then I stopped.
Hey, we're gonna go ahead and move on. Man. Every time I think about it, I get mad every time. So I'm not gonna be mad.
It's been tugging at my spirit a
Know
little
what
bit
it is,
lately.
though?
I might do it again, but it had the circumstances have to be right. I'm trying to figure out a way to do it to where I can like do it all myself versus me like shopping from wholesalers, because it was like the period of time when the store pops, everything that I was picking out was hella cute. Like I was super proud of the clothes that I was picking out. And like even now I'm going on these wholesale websites and like probably like once a week I'll go on them and to just browse and be like, okay, what can I find that I can sell that I'll be proud of to have on my website that I know that the ladies will love. And I just haven't come across that. Like everybody that's selling these type of clothes and doing this type of thing, like it just all looks the same. And so I want my brand to stand out. I want it to feel different and I want it to feel very personal to me. And so Baird is like, I don't care about none of that. Just go sell some clothes.
I can't. No. I care about it, but I just hate this. This is what I hate, right?
He feels like I'm very good at it. I feel like to you it's like you're wasting talent. I feel like that's how you feel.
I hate wasting talent. I hate when you finally worked on something so long and it started to work and then you deviated from the path that got you here to then do something else that you didn't fall in line with, that you didn't even try that long enough. It's like it was a you put it in the oven for so long and you got it just right. Took it out of the oven, put it in the refrigerator, went to warm the leftovers up. Then you want to add some seasoning to the leftovers, and it didn't turn out the way you wanted it to turn out.
When I switched the brand over,
Not
it was
even the
never
brand,
my it was never my intention to stop selling the clothes. It just so happened that when I did that was when I stopped loving what I was selling. And I truly believe that if you're like in that business and you don't love what you sell, your clients aren't gonna love it either. The customers aren't gonna love it either.
Oh, for sure.
So it's like
Definitely.
I was ordering stuff that I was already on the fence about, and of course it wouldn't sell. And so so like I have two outfits now.
What are we doing? Keep going. Let's go for it.
That I could sell. I think they would sell well, but I know that if I put myself out there to sell them, I would have to keep going. And that's the part that scares me a little bit. So
see, it's fear. I want everybody to be out there like Kanye. Everybody should believe in themselves as much as Kanye. I believe in me like Kanye believes in him. Every time I grab this microphone, I know this is going to be the best episode ever. I don't give a damn if... I do give a damn who listens. I love y'all. But keep listening, damn it. And I ain't going to hold y'all up much too longer. So, India, tell the people where they can find you.
India.Marie on Instagram. I am teaching quite a bit of classes this week. So, if you want to tap in with Pilates, go to Well Body Pilates page and figure out how to book me from there. I
had a fire relationship to go along with the episode. I think I might give it to you. Why the hell not? Who cares? Well, I'm all over the place this episode, right?
Now unqualified
this is me, baby.
From
I'm all over.
And B-Love's relation tips.
Let's go back, way back. So when we talked about Disney World. So listen, man, I booked the hotel room and I said, you know what? I ain't trying to spend an arm and a leg to stay in the Disney property. However, we saw one Disney property that had the hotel on the water. Oh, that thing looked nice. Like the Maldives, but it was in some murky water. Anyway, I booked the hotel. The hotel had 2 queen beds. At that point, I'm like, all right, cool. Blake is getting a little older. I might be able to get me some. But when I go down there, he gonna sleep in his queen bed. Me and Indy gonna sleep in our queen bed. And when Blake go to sleep, time to get it in. Contrary to popular belief, that did not happen. So I thought about like, man, God bless, because it's like as soon as we hit the bed, we were all tired. So I thought about something like, what can I tell the people about how to navigate Disney and still spice things up between you and your significant other?
Ain't no way that people still having sex after going to blur. My feet was hurting so bad.
And I actually thought about that. Should you bring one of your Honey Pop wipes with you? And then when he taking a nap, we slide in the bathroom and just get a little quick pump in. And I ain't talking about no marathon. I'm talking about a sprint. And be done. I really sat back and thought about that. Or when Blake goes to sleep, make sure you sleep for about an hour. And then within that hour, go ahead and Get it in. I really sat there and thought about that. So my tip is go ahead and set time aside to do it. That's my tip.
Set time aside.
Or
to
wake up in the
fix-
middle of the night. Like I feel like you can wake up in the middle of the night if you're at Disney World with your family. Sneak, listen to me right now. Sneak in the restroom and bust it down. It doesn't have to be long as it's strong. It's all you got to do. He sleep. We can go in there and I can ski. Give it up for me one time, man.
How romantic.
What else you want me to
love
do?
that.
What else you want me to do? She been walking around all the day. You know what I'm saying? I bet that thing was foul. So I don't know what else to do. I told Blake to come up here. It's your birthday. Come here, man. Oh, watch yourself. Close the door. Turn around. Look, right here. What you gonna say? How old are you now?
4.
You like Disney?
Yeah.
What's your favorite part?
The fun house.
What's the fun house?
The small world.
What about the haunted mansion, though?
No.
What about that haunted mansion, though?
No.
You didn't like that one?
No.
Why not?
Because
What, cuz?
because I didn't like that ride.
What you do that
It
again?
was scary.
It was scary.
You know what else is scary?
What?
You are.
What's wrong, buddy?
I don't want to be scary.
I'm just playing, man. You all right, okay? Tell people bye-bye. Say bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
It's been real. It's been fun. She